Sunday morning, the 25th of September. Hey everybody, it's Wave 3 News Meteorologist Ryan Hoke here with a Hokey video blog. This may very well be our last 90-degree day of the entire year. Prospects for 90 degrees past this point look pretty bleak as we have a system moving through tomorrow that's going to be giving us a few showers, then leading us to cooler, more fall-like temperatures for the rest of the week. There is still some uncertainty past midweek, though, on what we do with rain chances here. I'll talk about that in just a second. Right now, beautiful, sunshiny skies over our Kentucky One Health SkyTrack network of cameras down there in Simpsonville. Temperatures running in the 60s to near 70. Doppler radar is clear around here. Out to our west, we've got a few showers associated with this cold front that's going to be moving in tomorrow. In fact, this is going to be the one that brings us the shower chance in the morning through the early afternoon, kind of exits during the mid to late afternoon period. And also brings us a nice cooler high-pressure cell that's going to be sitting over us for at least a little bit of time here, giving us more of that fall-like weather and those overnight lows possibly down into the 40s and 50s. That's a real wake-up call after the heat and humidity we've had, right? Here's what Futurecast looks like today. 80 by about 11:30 around brunch time. We could see an isolated shower trying to move into our western counties this afternoon to early this evening. That's why you'll see on the Wave 3 News weather app how there's a 10% chance of a shower in there for today. Looks like Metro Louisville is going to be staying dry through this time. I wouldn't really worry about it. By tonight, we're muggy again, 60s to near 70 here in the city. And then by tomorrow morning, likely just around or before the morning commute, these showers will be in our northwestern counties. By the time we are wrapping up the morning commute or just after it, those should be moving into the Louisville metro area. And we'll see those off and on. At times they'll be light. In fact, I think our chances for thunder are low, but they're not zero. We could hear some thunder with these, and they'll be exiting by the mid-afternoon, firing up as thunderstorms over eastern Kentucky and near the mountains, I should say, of Appalachia. That leaves us around 60 degrees by 9 p.m. on Monday. Yeah, we're going to be cooling quickly as we head toward Tuesday morning. So for this afternoon, we have the hunger walk going on. Forecast looks good there. For Monday, that's when we should see those shower chances, mainly in the morning. You'll see how temperatures will be very sluggish during the day. In fact, I don't think we'll see much past 76 for a high. That may be generous. We may stay in the low 70s here in the city. We'll keep an eye on that. Tuesday, 74. Wednesday, that's when we see 72 degrees. I want to back up to Tuesday morning, though, because look what happens to these lows. Oh, my gosh. 52 here in the city, 40s outside the city. You'll see some mid-40s showing up, maybe down to our south and just to our north. It's going to be a real wake-up call around here. Wednesday night, the International Space Station will be passing through. You'll see that at 8:40 p.m. You know, the sun sets a little earlier this time of year, so we can see that a little earlier than we did during the summertime months. 4 minutes duration, about 52 degrees up in the sky, so pretty much pretty good, decent pass there because it'll be well above the horizon. South, southwest to southeast is where you'll be looking. All right, let's start talking about a little bit more here, what we're going to be dealing with when it comes to our weather pattern after about Wednesday. Two distinct possibilities exist for where a cutoff low will go. It's going to be evolving from pretty much, you know, where it moves over the Great Lakes. It'll either move toward the east, toward the eastern seaboard along the northeast, or it will what we call retrograde and try to move backwards a bit, back into the lower Ohio Valley. Solution number one comes from the GFS model. Dry with sunshine, because that upper level low, that cutoff low, is off to the east, no problem for us. And that's supported by several runs of the GFS that have been pretty consistent. Even the European model, to some degree, has had this solution at points. Solution number two, showers. Even cooler, because we would have this cool bubble of air over us, producing clouds, producing showers off and on. Pretty much it creates a bubble of instability because that cool air aloft. That's solution number two. And the Euro has had that in its latest run. It's been kind of flipping back and forth. Some of the ensembles are different runs of the same model with a little bit different adjustments in there. Some of those have been hinting at this possibility. So we cannot leave it off the table. Nonetheless, I have more faith in solution number one right now. These cutoff lows, you know, after days 3 and 4 in the models, they don't do very well. The model just cannot handle it very well. It tries to keep them around for too long sometimes, or sometimes not even long enough, but that's kind of when you're in progress of it, trying to get out of it when you see that. But when it hasn't even happened yet, it tries to be a little too sluggish with these things. So I think solution number 1 is going to be our solution, and you'll see the forecast does reflect that. Temperatures trying to get back toward 80 on Saturday, but if it looks like solution number 2 is going to be the one, get ready for some major changes in the forecast. We'll probably have to adjust down the temperatures a little bit, kick up the cloud cover, add these 20 and 30% shower chances in toward the end of the week, but for now we're not going to do that, all right? So take that with a grain of salt, the end of the week forecast. Here's the earliest alert outlook, giving you the next 2 weeks worth of weather. 80s. 2nd through the 4th, these won't be upper 80s. They won't even be mid 80s. We may just be at 80 degrees. In fact, a lot of these days we may have to switch back to 70s. And you'll see that the 70s are going to be with us at some point here from the 6th through the 8th. A little bit of rain may take us down to the 60s at some point for highs. Woo! We're going from 90 to that in a pretty short turnaround. This is kind of a little bit of a whiplash early fall here. Basically, Mother Nature trying to correct itself after staying warm for much too long. Our average last day in the 90s, by the way, is usually sometime around like September 10th or 11th. So we are way past due for getting rid of the 90s. And today is going to be the day that we finally put an end to that. All right, guys, that's it for now. We've got another hour of news starting at 9 a.m. on Sunrise. We'll see you then.